What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Chris, as always with me,
Liam.
And today we are diving into Handmaid's Tale Season 3, Episode 5. Just tuning in for the first time, welcome. If you're joining us again, welcome back. Liam and I really love entertainment, and we created this YouTube channel just so we like to talk about it. And we like to talk about it with you. So this is how the channel works. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. And if you have something to say, do it down in the comments. If you disagree with us, agree with us, have something else you want to weigh in with, the comments is where you do it. The only thing we ask is that you don't spoil what's to come. So we are in Season 3, and I have watched Season 6, but I don't want those gaps to be filled in by anyone but me watching the show. And then I get to experience it with you live on the camera right here in the show. So just please don't ruin it. Other than that, love to hear what you have to say. And really, without further ado, let's dive right in.
Yes. The end of this episode really got me.
Yeah. What I thought was the end of the episode was very emotional for sure. And then the actual end of the episode, I was a little less, emotionally raw by that point. But yeah, let's dive right in. Let's go.
Yeah. So this episode was all about the Fred taking June up on her suggestion to include Serena quite a bit more.
Yes. This episode had a feeling of too good to be true kind of situation going on for me. Everything we've known up to Season 3 about Fred, about Gilead, about, ultimately their goals and what they think led me to believe that this wasn't going to continue to be in June's or Serena's favor. And they took most of the episode to get us there. But ultimately, I think what happened at the end of the episode brought us back to more of the traditional story than this kind of fantasy where June was untouchable and just winning all the time, which was like the first couple episodes of Season 3. And we've talked about the death, so I'm not going to keep going there. But, this beginning of this episode was June just being set up to just keep moving through this hero's journey that she was on.
Yeah.
Starting with the slow montage in the grocery store, finding out that the other handmaiden's going to have her fourth baby. Maybe that
third.
No, I think it's her fourth because she's already had 3.
Oh.
Let us know in the comments below. Am I which number is it? I'm pretty sure she's already had 3 for Gilead. This would be her 4th.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was the third one. Anyway, June gets convinced to hop on the phone call.
Yeah, so rock in a hard place, right? If she were to say no, if she were to try to flex any kind of control in that situation, I think she would find it to be kind of hollow, right? She wouldn't have any feet to stand on. I don't think Lawrence would defend her and not have her do that. It would look weird. And so if Fred really pushed the situation, I think her agreeing to do it the way she did was perfect, because
she hesitated for quite a bit,
but she had a plan. And that's why I think it was perfect, because yes, she did stuff all emotion down and handle the phone call. You could tell, almost robotically, she was going through the motions and just trying to get the thing done.
Very much like a hostage.
1000%. But also had the wherewithal and then the additional knowledge to go down and record an actual tape form and hide it in the music, which I thought was powerful. So now we're kind of getting Luke listening to her while we're also kind of seeing the other side of the coin. And it's so it wasn't, Luke now knows 100% that none of what she had to say on that phone call was true. She was basically in a hostage situation, and that if he does agree to do this thing, it'd be very kind of him, but at the same time, protecting Nicole is the number one thing.
Yeah.
I think that to me was beautiful, that she was able to do that, even though she had she took the only power she had in that situation and flexed it. And I thought that was more realistic.
Okay. So the phone call when he's listening to a recording from the tape hidden in music, that's the part at the end that I was talking about right there. Yeah. Not the very end of the episode where they leave off with them creating some crazy plea for help us save our daughter.
Yeah, it's just more par for the course with Gilead, right? It's a whole stage. The whole thing from the foundation up is staged. The words, having her there. The thing to me that was awesome is that even when June is quiet and trying not to be a problem, she still can't help herself. So she's sitting there and she's just like, like she's like shaking in her skin, like can't stand still, like can't handle what they're saying. And if you were to be someone with any sense watching that, you could see that clearly the emotions are not matching.
Yeah, well, when she's up there, before they even start, he's like, Serena, what did you do?
Yeah. Serena lost her power is what she did.
But I want to go all the way back now. So when Serena is in Canada, she's getting off the plane, and we see our old friend again.
Yep.
Right? And I am so happy that they forced her to change her clothes to give her a taste of the old life. I think that was 100% intentional for that reason only. It wasn't just to keep a low profile. Yeah, I'm sure that helps, but that is not the core reason why they did that.
I 100% agree with you. And especially because it's the head of the CIA doing it, right? So like, it's never just a gesture of kindness. There is always some sort of mind game going on. And yeah, let's give you a taste of what this could be like. I offered it to you. And you didn't, it was an idea, but let's give you a taste of what that actually could feel like. And let's show you.
Yeah, and later on, he's like, you don't have to put the other clothes back on.
Yeah. And then when she says no, drops the phone with the note. So he's always giving her that breadcrumb, always. He's very smart.
So I like how their interaction between Luke and Serena at the airport.
Very real. I felt that was some of the best acting in this episode.
Really? Why?
Because if you were to look at it, if Luke would have been compliant or had been more receptive of her in any way, or if she hadn't been so delusional and so of the belief that she is right and that this is what she's supposed to be doing, I wouldn't have felt it. I wouldn't have believed it. Like if they had come in and it was much more cordial and much more like, if it hadn't gone on screen the way it did, I wouldn't have felt it to be real. Luke is angry.
Yeah, he has a right to be.
But also he's a human being who understands like what it is to have a child, what it is to lose someone, what it is to do something and sacrifice for those you love. This is something his wife has asked him to do, right? And so he's going to go through with it for her, not for anyone else. And Serena is truly of the belief that like she has entitlement to this child, and like is to the point where she wants to bring her gifts and wants to make sure that Luke is going to share the right story with her, so she can make her own decision. And Luke's like, no, I'm going to tell her the truth. She's going to know who her mother is and what she had to do for her freedom. Like
the first lines though between Serena and him were the best. She goes some kind of blessing. He goes, "Fuck you."
Oh yeah,
I love that.
Oh yeah,
that was so good.
Yeah,
because who wouldn't want to say that in that moment?
But he also, like, you can also tell, like, towards the end of the conversation, he's angry, he's upset, he gets so riled up, he can't even sit down, right? Because she mentioned something, or she says to him, basically flexing that, like, I protected her. Meanwhile, he knows you're your source of some of the most hated things that have happened to her, and you're gonna try to flex that you protected her once. Like, he's pissed. And like it gets clocked in the room and they try to break up the situation, but he does still, out of humanity, out of care, out of knowing that this could be like the last chance, gives her an opportunity to hold the baby.
Yes.
And that to me was like, it really does show who Luke is, right? And it's
a good person.
And it's even consistent. It's not like he was out of character here. He's always tried to be a good person, even if, sometimes I don't agree with him or it makes him look weak or whatever it may be. He's always trying to do that thing. So I thought, again, that was probably some of the best acting of this episode for me, was that dynamic. And I tip my hat to them. That's got to have been hard to do that scene. Like, to a lot of emotion and anger, and like that was good stuff.
But when he's on that bridge and she's going through all the stuff, like this child was born out of love and all that stuff, I felt his fucking pain there, because I'm sure most of us have had a relationship in the past where someone's cheated or something like that. So you get brought back to all those feelings too as you're watching it. And it's just like, whoa, this part's rough.
Yeah, it's that emotional roller coaster for sure. And maybe that's also why that scene in particular for this episode really stood out to me so much, is I am a father, so I can put myself in the shoes of like, what would it be like if like I had to give up my child, or if my wife was gone, or, you know, like, what would that feel like? And I'd feel like Luke does. So yeah, it's just, you know, it's an emotional scene.
Yes. And hopefully that gave you a whole lot more enlightenment to their relationship in the last season that you did get to see.
I think there's still some gaps I need to fill.
Yeah, there's plenty.
But at the same time, I never questioned the decisions that they came to in season 6. The way that they the conversation they had and the decisions that they made in season 6. I don't want to spoil it if no one's seen that. You might be checking in on season 3 because you haven't seen the rest of it yet. But those decisions made sense to me. I didn't need to go back in time to like make them make sense. Based on everything they had been through, and then the conversation that they were having, I was like, this is the next, like, that makes sense for you guys to do this.
Okay. But this episode, I'll be honest, last night I put this on and I went right to sleep in 20 minutes. I was just exhausted.
Yeah.
I was at the computer for 12 hours yesterday.
Yeah. You just finished a big build.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get home from softball for my daughter till 9 o'clock, so I watched it this morning, so it's fresh and still pretty fresh in my mind.
I watched it this morning also. But when Serena is leaving Canada, gets back on the plane, she's got the one eye or guardian watching over her in the plane, and she's just staring at that phone. Like it's her get out of jail free card.
I mean, technically it would be, because she would get extradited to Canada, and she wouldn't have to face the crimes of what she had done in Gilead, and she would have a new life. So yeah, technically, that would be getting out of jail free. But her life, I did not enjoy last episode because it was just more of us being beat over the head with just how screwed up her life was, and how faithful she is, and how pious she is, and how like Fred is her only option. Like we got that by now. And I think that's also the reason why she would never use that phone, is she is such a believer in what she's doing that, and right now Fred is her only option. I know Fred does get eliminated from the picture, obviously, but I think right now where her head's at, she's too scared to use that phone. She truly believes that her situation is the best she can have.
So given the last scene and them doing that propaganda piece on stage, do you think it's going to put Luke in more danger? Or what do you think that's going to happen around Luke?
Well, seeing as how the Canadian government was Canadian and U.S. government were directly involved in letting Serena see the baby, I think that they're going to see this for what it is propaganda. And they can use maybe CCTV or some sort of surveillance that they had to show the world otherwise, to show the world that this isn't the case, that she was literally just holding this baby the other day and she was completely fine with it.
Oh.
Or I don't think Luke's in danger because Luke's in Canada and Luke's protected. So I don't think Nicole or Luke are in danger as long as they stay there. Because that would mean that someone from Gilead would have to try to go up there and get them. And that would be new. That would be new.
You don't see that happening?
I don't.
Okay.
But because we haven't seen a Gilead army. They've been fighting in Chicago, right? So they've been fighting the rebellion within the statehood. And so I have never seen on camera yet their ability to deploy, to go outside their own borders and actually like attack, like an actual armed forces. Mm-hmm. Right now they have civilian control they have the National Guard basically in my mind, right? They have everybody inside controlled, but outside I haven't been introduced to that yet. So maybe that's something that could happen, but right now I don't, because the thing is that like, what's the CIA guy's name? Do you remember?
I forget.
Me too right now. Let us know in the comments below. But I think that because he's so closely connected to what's going on with Nicole and Luke and this whole situation, that gives Luke extra like actual military armor in my mind.
Trullo?
Right? Trullo's
his name.
Okay. Yeah, I just think because he's so connected to him, because he's like directly involved with the whole Nicole situation,
mm-hmm.
that he'll have more protection. And I have not yet seen that there's an actual formidable army or force inside of Gilead. So with those two things, I think Luke's safe as long as he stays there. As long as he doesn't try to do another meetup or something, because that would just be ridiculous.
Would it?
If he tried it, it would be ridiculous. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you showing up. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, go ahead and do so. And we'll catch you guys on one of these videos. Oh, and real quick, many of you asked on the live videos about some of our stuff, like our sponsors, some links to some things like the THC wine and things like that. I'll be sure to start dropping those in the description for you. For those of you who are interested in looking there, they'll be down there for you to click and browse and check things out if you want to support the channel. But just wanted to let you know, we do have you guys covered and you asked for it, so we're going to give it. But other than that, we'll see you guys on a video. Peace.
Find the strength hiding in each battle scar. You're not who you were, you've already come far.